Breaker 1219er55. That's JB Webb coming through. Oh, hey, what's up? It's JB Webb. Welcome back to another episode. This week we get to chat with a very talented musician named Gerry Williams, spelled like it sounds like Jerry, but it's actually Gerry Williams. I learned that painfully. But enjoy this episode. Go visit us at WJBWnetworks.com if you want to get involved with what we're doing here and our various other programs that help spread original music out there. For now, check out the talented Gerry Williams. Hey, what's up, my friends? Welcome back. It's JB Webb on, of course, the JB Webb Show. You are going to be pleased today. We have a great interview with a very talented musician. He is the leader of the Gerry Williams Band here in Orlando and all around Florida. They play a lot. The guy stays super busy. He's got a lot of great influences like Stevie Wonder, John Williams, Michael Jackson, and you can really hear that in his music. He's got a lot of talent. But let me give you a quick overview of the Gerry Williams Band. The Gerry Williams Band, reading from their Facebook page, is an integration of funk, soul, rhythm, music with styles that blend strange brews of synths, beats, and blues inflections. Their sound is original with a unique style of theatrics, improvisation, and orchestration. And I'm very happy to welcome to our humble show here, Mr. Gerry Williams. He's on the line with us. How you doing, bud?
Doing great. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Thank you so much for taking some time, man. I know you're a busy guy.
Right on.
You stay busy. Well, being a working musician is not easy. I'm blessed to have seen you out a couple times perform. Your musical style is just everything I love in like a mashup of Jamiroquai and Stevie Wonder. Just a lot of funk and soul in the music that you make. So we definitely want to commend you there. What I'm always interested in is your origin. So maybe you could share with us a little bit about how you got into music. Was it something always with you? And then maybe build up to where kind of you're at today, because you've been making music in Orlando for almost 20 years, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I started, I guess it all came from my family. My mom and dad, they were singers.
Oh, cool.
And I used to watch them perform right in the living room.
Yeah.
With no audience.
Yeah, you were the audience.
I would sit on the couch and they would sing stuff like, they would do duets, my uncle and my mother.
Yeah.
And I would always wonder why they put so much energy into their performance, you know, and there's nobody around, you know. And I learned a lot from them, just watching them, singing and perform on stage. Then I began to play for my mom in church. She would sing at different functions when church have like, when the church would have like a singing or something like that. My mom would show up and I would play the piano and she would sing.
Oh, wow.
And then one day, she was like, I want you to sing this time.
Okay.
And I was like, I guess I was about 9 years old around that time.
Oh, wow.
And she fell in love with it. And she was like, you got to keep doing this, you know? And she took me to the studio when I was about 12 years old and dropped me off and told me to come out with a hit.
That's no pressure. No pressure.
Yeah, and I fell out. I fell in love with the studio in my hometown. My hometown is Winter Haven, Florida.
Okay.
And Polk County.
Yeah.
So I'm a native here. But the cool thing about it is she's always pushed me to do music, and she knew that there was something special there, and so we were in the studio at such a young age,
Yeah.
I just fell in love with it, and ever since then, I got involved with the junior high school band.
Okay.
And I learned how to read music then.
Oh, that's
And then
important.
I got involved with barber barbershop.
Oh, really?
Quartet singing.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
So I had all those things and going for me, and after that, I began to get involved in the actual music business itself.
Okay.
I was singing in different groups and things like that, and we would go for the record deals and things like that. You know, with auditions here, audition there.
Right, right.
And then later in life, I started teaching voice and percussion techniques. And I loved teaching because you always learn something when you teach.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, you always get something out of teaching people. And I remember being in the orchestra when I was younger, and I would try to make what we were doing funky. You know, we would be playing these classical pieces, but I would be back there dancing to the group, trying to find the groove of the you know, the song we were doing. You know.
Yeah, like the little Lisa Simpson.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like the little Lisa Simpson on the opening of The Simpsons. She's all jazzing out on the. I gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
Right, man. And we would be doing like Mozart, and I'd be back there dancing. And the teacher liked that. He was like, "You need to be in the jazz band. So, you need to be in the jazz band, play vibraphones and keyboards, you know." And so I started playing vibes, man. With a jazz band.
How many?
That was super cool. And it brought a whole new thing out of me, playing that instrument. And ever since then, you know, keyboards and vibes, I just love it. You know.
How many?
I had some good friends along the way that helped me out. Guy by the name of Bo Bowie used to bring his guitar around when I was young.
Okay.
And he was like a funk musician.
What's his name? Bo Boyd?
And Bo Bowie plays in a band called Soul to Earth.
Okay.
Soul to Earth. I think it's Soul to Earth. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the name of the band. And he used to bring his guitar around, and we would be in the studio and we would jam. So I learned a lot of the funk from him.
Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome.
And you know, of course, between him and my uncles playing all the records, the Stevie records, and all those things, the funk was just there, you know.
The big musical family.
There's a guy later. Yeah, man. There's a guy later in life. His name is Jason Harden. He's like my best friend, and he basically taught me how to write music.
Okay.
And kind of arrange and stuff like that. And after learning that stuff, I spent a year with him doing that. And after doing that, I began to write for a lot of high school bands. And write for little projects that people are doing, like concerts. I would write something out for them or stuff like that, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
To see your music, you know, played like that, you know, to just see people read it and hear it played, you know.
Well, that's a big that's a big testimony to your skill in general, is that you have those composition skills, which I guess makes me super curious about how many instruments can you play?
Basically, I'm a percussionist. You know,
okay.
I can play pretty much all the percussion instruments, and
obviously piano,
the mallet percussion, and the drums and things like that. But the other instruments I played was brass instruments. I played baritone.
Okay.
I had a chance to get along to that, and of course piano.
Yeah. Did you pick up any guitar? You play a little guitar too, or bass, or?
No, I didn't. I've never played any string instruments. That's the only thing I've never. You know, I believe that I can play bass.
Right. It's a relatively simple, only 4 strings, so you're doing way more complex things than that. Now,
bass is like, it's better for my hands because I have these big Shaquille O'Neal hands.
So Gerry, man, you've been doing music here in Orlando. You've got your own recording studio. What's the name of that site if people want to go check out your recording studio? And tell me a little bit about that. Is that like hey, I want to collaborate with you, or if you need something professionally done, you can come here. Tell me a little bit about your recording studio in conjunction with, will you play out live, at least once a week, I think, as far as I've seen, or more. But so maybe talk a little to that.
Well, basically, my recording studio is, I would call it like more of a private, client-by-client type of thing.
Okay.
Video. I produce records for artists and things like that. But I spend a lot of time writing for TV.
Oh, wow.
Okay. A lot of commercials and things like that. That would be the bulk of the main thing that I do during the day. And then I would get vocal students that come through here.
Okay.
At least 25 students a week.
Oh my God.
The studio. And then when I'm working on a record, whatever band or whatever artist it may be, whatever kind of music, I have them come here when I'm producing like a demo for someone, or getting a label wants me to do something for an artist. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. So a lot of your stuff is really in the background. We may have heard some of your scores for, or beds for commercials and music, and other people's music as well. There's a lot of skill, as I mentioned, that goes into that whole understanding how to compose music and deliver it. So, I mean, that's why I'm so glad you agreed to talk with us, because you're a super talented guy, and you kind of always have, you seem to fly under the radar. You get a lot of local love, but our hopes is that people all across the country will find out about Gerry Williams through this interview or through any other means, and engage with you and enjoy your music most of all. Now, I thank you so much. We got to play a few tracks from your that you sent us on the Circadian Cast that we do, which is fantastic, and I love it, man. It's again, I can't express how much I love the sounds that you produce. I think you have a great voice, so we definitely want to dump some adulation upon you before we kind of close things out today. But what is the best way for people to connect with you and get in touch with you if they're interested in what you do? Or is there a good website where they can consistently see the show schedules? Is the Facebook page the best way, or what's typically the best way? I would say Facebook. We're actually putting up a new website.
Okay.
And we're going to do 3 websites. We're going to do probably one for the vocals, one for the film and TV, and then one for the band. Okay. But right now, Facebook is the best way to reach us. The Gerry Williams Band, Facebook.com.
Cool.
Is the best way to reach us.
Okay, cool. Well,
I'll shows posted and all that stuff on there.
I'll get that link and I'll throw that up there on the web portion of this interview. I want to be respectful of your time, though, and let me ask you one question before we close out. What is the most challenging piece of music you've ever worked on?
I would say the most challenging piece of music, let's see, something that I created or something that I just read?
Well, maybe more of what you created.
Okay. I would say there's a piece that we have called Insane.
Okay.
The band plays. I have to get you a copy of that.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'll play.
We do a lot of instrumentals, and this one was giving us a run for our money, you know.
So how many components are?
This tune is funky, but it also has a lot of insane parts in it, you know.
Yeah, like a lot of runs.
Time signatures, changes, a lot of runs, a lot of, for a big band to play it, you have to be aware of what's happening.
How many members are in your band?
Well, we're doing the big band is 10 people.
Wow.
Then we break down to 6 and then to the trio.
Okay.
But the big band is 10 people.
Wow. So, and I see you do a lot of collaborations with different people here in Orlando, which is awesome because we do have a great music community here. Yeah, I mean, I've seen you play with Anthony Cole. I've seen, you sing with Hannah, I think. And so, maybe that's another great way of saying, the music is really passion for you because of all the collaboration you do as well. Well,
I tell you what, man, those guys are great musicians. Each musician, having Anthony Cole play with you, or Clay Watson, Bill Moss, a lot of those guys that I play with, Casey Kelly, another bass player, Mike Chilavo on drums, Roland Simmons. They're just great in their own right. They're just great musicians, but they're so humble.
Right.
And so when we get them together, I would say the best thing that I do, in my opinion, is arrange stuff, music.
Right. Coordinate it.
And when you get those guys together, something happens, something special happens.
Well, that's
sometimes you have something planned, but it takes a life of its own when we're all together,
Well, and that's the beautiful thing. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about music in general, is that it can really, not only for the people enjoying it and listening to it, but for the people making it, it can really be transcendent. And when you're able to do that with different people, through variety, that creates a huge, strong bond. So, I just, again, man, I want to give you, praise you like I should. You're a talented musician. I don't think you've ever really gotten all the credit you deserve, but you still keep working hard. And I expect to continue to see nothing but great stuff from you, Gerry, man. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time today. I'm going to have to ramp us out, but hang on the line with me. We've been speaking with Gerry Williams of the Gerry Williams Band. You can check them out on Facebook. We'll throw it up there. They play a whole heck of a lot, so you need to go see a live show. If you're interested in doing some recording, you can check out the recording studio that Gerry has, and I'll pop that up there as well. I'm JB Webb. We always have plenty more. We love to help promote talented artists and musicians all across the country. So check us out at WJBWnetworks.com. We'll see you the next time.
Yo. WJBW.
You don't want to.
The electronics is so predominant that people would really prefer that.